Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of yeahyeahyarn podcast. Yay! So this is gonna be quite a long episode, I rather warn you now, and the reason for that is because this is gonna be the episode in which I show you everything that I've knitted or I'm knitting for the past 2 years since I've done a proper podcast episode. So if you've been kind of watching these, you might have watched the last few that I put out. Basically the last one I put out was a Flash the Yarn episode, a monthly episode that came out, and they're just to show the yarn that I'm selling in my yarn shop, which is yeahyeahyarn.com, and nothing else. And the two before that were really kind of awkward and rambly because I just really lost you know, the hang of it and got really rusty over those 2 years. It felt really awkward going back in front of the camera. So they were mainly just episodes telling you how I was going to do things in terms of pre-order for now on and blah blah blah. But since then I changed everything. I got rid of pre-order, so pretty much you can also cancel these. So yeah, this is kind of the, I'll still call it number 3 or whatever it is, but it is kind of the actual first episode since I'm starting this whole thing again, and I will actually show you knitting this time, and a lot of it. So if you're up for it, come with me, stay with me. I mean, thanks for being here. I will do a quick introduction. My name is Caroline. If you didn't follow me before, welcome. Otherwise, welcome back. As I said, I am an indie dyer. I sell hand-dyed yarn in my shop online, yeahyeahyarn. I also sell it locally at a wee shop called the Fell Princess down in Dunedin, which is where I live with my partner Sam. I'm French, expatriate. Don't really consider myself that much French anymore, to be honest. I've kind of lived 8-9 years out of France now, so not really a thing anymore. But yeah, I'm also a knitter. That's kind of my main craft, I'd say, outside of dyeing yarn. I do a little bit of spinning, but quite rarely, and that's about it. I don't do sewing or crochet, although I do want to learn them, but who has the time to learn more craft, honestly? I'm alright. So this episode, as I said, is going to be quite long, and the reason for that, let me just adjust the size of this. Honestly, I haven't even charged my camera. Like, I'm doing this willy-nilly, super quick, because I don't really get that much time when I'm away from, sorry, not when I'm away, when my partner is away from home. I don't want to do that when he's here, it just feels too awkward. So I kind of do it when I'm alone at home, which is quite rare, but it is the case for a short time, so this might actually end up being cut short and then having to, you know, be a vlog and be simmed together and film the rest later. The reason being that, 1, I didn't charge my camera, so it probably will run out, and number 2, my partner will come back at some point, so whatever. I'll still get through it and we'll talk about everything. I'm sorry, just had a coffee and it's not dairy in there, but it's still making me weird. So let's get on to the knitting. We're not going to lose time just because, as I said, it's going to be quite long. I'm going to show you like a lot of what I've done in the past 2 years just because it's time for me to show stuff. As I said, I'm doing this really quickly, so I didn't have the time to kind of research the name of every designer and project that I'm going to show you. If I remember off the top of my head, I'll tell you, but in any case, I'll write it down. So everything will be written on the screen, and yeah, so let's get started. Before we get on to, I'm thinking, yeah, we will start with finished objects, and then I'll show you what I'm knitting afterwards, because I've just got a lot more finished objects. So one of them is this guy. That you can see on me right now. It's actually not mine. I've made this for my friend Rachel, which is actually my my sister-in-law. It's like my partner's sister. So I made this for her for Christmas, and it is a bit too wide on the neckline for her shoulder, so I wanted to like change it a little bit, but I didn't have the time to do this just yet, so it's still here. I need to give it back to her. I love it though, and I've made one of these before. This is the Blythe sweater by Knit Diaries. It's only a unique size, there's no other size, and it's knit in DK. This is just like 100% merino DK superwash, and yeah, I think this took about 4 to maybe 5 bowls of 100 gram. I really love this one. Initially I made one that was in an old colorway of mine called mustache, something like this. I haven't done it in a long time, but it was pretty much a very pistachio light green colorway with little brown flecks on it. So I made this one, and then she borrowed it and she still has it, and she wanted a white one, so I made her a white one. She ends up having both now, but anyway, I get to show this one. So I mean, all the tops that I'm going to show you, I will insert a little snippet of how I look wearing them, just to give you a clue. and I'll try and put more information about, or tell you more information about the size and everything that I've made. You can find me on Ravelry, although I really am not ever using it, so I never upload my projects on there or anything. I know I should, but it's just another thing that I don't have the time to do, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on. So this one is like really cool. I actually think I'm gonna make a third one, which is gonna be another white one for me, because just I love it. It's just so cool, isn't it? It's actually almost too hot to wear it today, but I don't care because I love it so much. All right, so let's move on. As you can see, there's like a giant pile of knit right here, and this is gonna be what we're gonna go through now. So this is my latest finished project aside of this. This is my very v-neck raglan, I think. So that's by Jessie May, the only unique Jessie May. This is in my Versailles colorway, which is a rather new color. It's a beautiful kind of coppery gold hues. It is neat, like the pattern actually calls for DK, but you can do it in a lighter ply. In this case, this is a fingering weight, and it's a single ply, 100% merino superwash. Here you can maybe see a little bit more. Actually, I mean, I said it before, but single ply is my you know, my calling. Like, I love single ply fingering. This is my favorite yarn to knit with, to dye, everything. I just love it. So a lot of my projects have single ply yarn in it. I know people say that it peels, but honestly it doesn't bother me, and I don't find it to be peeling that much anyways. But yeah, it is. So this only took me 100 gram, like a skein and maybe a quarter of another skein to knit, because I've made it cropped and I didn't do any sleeves. So once I did the sleeve separation, I kind of just did ribbing when I picked up the sleeves again, to match with the bottom ribbing. And so in the size that I made, which I think I made the size small, so not extra small. I usually am more of a medium to large, but I wanted a more fitted fit, and I know there was quite a bit of ease with that pattern, so I went to a size small so that it would be more fitting, and because it's quite stretchy, it's actually perfect. As I said, I'll insert a little quick video of me wearing it so you can see. Anyways, so yeah, that was really fun to knit. I really like it. I think initially I actually finished it, and I think it called for like 3 inches or something like this of the body on the size small, which I did, and then knitted the rib and like cast it off and realized that it was literally sitting underneath my boobs. So I had to cast it off, and like I just frogged it back there and like added I think a couple of inches of the body. I still like very cropped top. I always wear crop top because I wear like high-waisted jean generally, just quite up high, pretty stretchy because I've got a big bottom, bigger than my size. So I like to do this thing when I wear pants generally, or thighs that are quite high up almost to my belly button, and then just crop top. This is just how I dress in general. So if you were to do something about this size, you only need a skein, like 2 skeins pretty much, like a skein and 25 gram I'd say, to achieve this. So really quickly, and here's a quick video of how it looks. Cool. Okay, so next one, we are now going with another Jessie May top. This is the, I can't remember the name. It's the main top she made, like initially. I think it's one of the first ones. So it's the Ripple crop top. There you go, Ripple crop top. So this one, I actually made it in a size medium, and I kind of regret that. I wish I had done the same as the very V-neck and made a size small, because it's the same with a lot of ease. It's beautiful, but I don't wear it a ton just because I feel like it's a bit big on me. But you'll see. I mean, it still sits really well, but for my preference, it's a little bit loose. It is knitted in fingering weight, and it is knitted with my colorways again. This is actually my fade. It's called, this one is my, I can't even remember, my Jupiter fade, sorry. This is my Jupiter fade. So it starts up here with the first colorway, which is, trying to remember. It's not Callisto. Callisto is the second one. I don't remember, honestly. I think it's Ganymede. Anyways, so there's Ganymede, maybe Callisto, then Ganymede is the second one with the teal in it. Then you have Europa, and then you have Io here, and then you finish with Jupiter. I'll give you a close look of how it looks. So it starts with this copper tone with like little flecks of like brownish yellows and purple. Then it ends up including some blues and teal. It goes into this nice fawn color with some greens, more flecks of blues, still a little bit of pink, and ends up in this very light kind of pale mushroom, I'd say, with just all these flecks. I absolutely love this fade, and so it was really fun to do it that way. I think what I did to nude this one in a fade, I pretty much just looked at the overall size of the finished pattern. I can't remember how many inches it was, but then divided that by 5 so that I would know how many inches to knit each color with, and when I came close to that number, I'd start marling it, and by that I mean that I would knit 2 rows of the current color, 1 row of the new color, do this a couple times, and then I do half, and then I do 2 rows of the new color, 1 row, you get it. So this is how you marl, and then eventually you fade it naturally, and it works really well. As you can see, like, there is a little bit more of a drastic change getting to Jupiter in the bottom, but otherwise it is pretty good. And yeah, I just really like that one. As I said, I don't wear it that much, but I might knit another one in a solid color, just in a smaller size in future. Yeah, so okay, that was number 2, and here's how it looks on me. Okay, so number 3. This is my ranunculus sweater. So this one I absolutely adore, and I wear it a ton. This is also a fingering weight. You'll see that this is my mainly, like, this is what I knit, right? I don't do socks. I rarely, very rarely do shawls. I think I've only got a couple, and I've got one casted on, but I honestly don't work on it. So, you know, my main thing is tops. I do tops all the time. This is what I wear the most, so this is what I like to do. And very often I'll do crop tops and no sleeves, just because it goes quick, it's satisfying, and this is kind of what I wear. But I really like this one. So this is also knitted in one of my colorway, which actually I've never released properly. I have the bow here, I'll show you. It's kind of, if you remember, if you were following me for a while, and you know, I at some point created a fade that was called I can't remember, but it was like the fluoro fade or something like this, and pretty much it was just like a change from like a very bright purple to like a pink to yeah, like it was just a fluoro fade. Anyway, this is the color in the bow. So this one, and pretty much in my fade I did add speckles, black speckles throughout, and then speckles of the colorway that was to come or coming to just melt it together. But this one I've never released, and I actually really love it. And so it's close to my colorway called citron, which is the French word for lemon, but it pretty much is a highlighter yellow, like the absolute highlighter yellow. It's super, I actually adore this color, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna release more of it. I'm not, I think I will probably keep the name Citron for it, because I'm not going to release that fluoro fade anymore. Yeah, so the ranunculus top, absolutely love it. It flew off my needle because it's a pattern that's very versatile. You can, I think it's initially supposed to be knitted in DK, but you can knit it in like any weight you want. You can add, you can choose what kind of color you want. There's several colors to choose from. You can choose what kind of sleeves you want. It's just very versatile. So that's the first one I made, and that is in my 4-ply fingering weight, although that's my like base that was Ashford, which I'm still using a little bit when I can't access the Wildest Yarn base. But otherwise, yeah, I've sold a lot of this one. That's my main kind of 4-ply superwash base, and it is a bit, I think, of a thicker gauge than a regular fingering weight. It is still fingering, it's just like a bit more cushy. So it is not shocking at all to have it here. And you'll see I actually am knitting another ranunculus in single ply. That's an old base from Skeins that I still had. So it's a project I started ages ago, and I just haven't finished like a lot of them. And so I only have the sleeves to work on now, and I still have enough to finish. And this was a single ply as well. No, sorry, not a single ply, a 4-ply fingering, and it's way thinner in comparison. So I'll compare the two later when I show you what I'm knitting, and you can see that there's a bit of a difference there, even though they're both fingering. But this one is a bit more cushy. Love this one, wear it all the time, just, and so quick to knit because it's knitted on bigger needles. I would totally recommend this pattern. As I said, it's a really good sign if I'm making more than one. Generally that just means that it's a very pleasant pattern to knit, because otherwise I kind of get bored and always find something new to knit. But yeah, here it is. I think I've said everything about it. I can't remember the name of the designer, but everything is gonna be just said down below. So yeah, Ryan Colors sweater, and here is it. Sorry, it is on me. Okay, so number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, and I've got 2 of them, is my Xtina crop top. Actually, I'll show you the first one first. This is the first one I made. I think it's by Born and Raised Knit, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I'm wrong. Love this one. So just absolutely love this top, to the point that yeah, I made another one, even though it's quite heavy duty, because it is it is color work, and it is a 3-strand color work, so quite a lot of rows have 3 different colors, but that's what I love so much about it. I just really love everything about this top. I love the pattern, I love the colors, I love how it's sitting on me. The cut is amazing, just amazing. So here it is. The main colorway in this, so this is none of my colors. This one is a Grenouille Co colorway. Steph makes amazing colors, so I would totally recommend if you've never followed her. I can't remember the name of it, but this is one of them. This was a single ply, so this whole fingering. This one was 4 ply. This one was a hedgehog fiber that completely inspired my Dance Party colorway. So very similar to my Dance Party, if you've seen it, but that's an old hedgehog fiber. That is a 4 ply colorway. And it's a single ply, yeah. And then there was another Grenouille Co in there, but I almost can't show it to you because this is why I chose it. It melts perfectly with it, but pretty much it's this very rosy beige pink that's like along there. I'm trying to find a spot when you can actually see it, but honestly it's really hard. And this is what I like to, I think it's that line that's at the bottom there would be this, maybe. I don't even know. Like, this is what I do when I do color work, especially when I do tricolor color work. I absolutely love the mix of very like earthy tone or like rich, more moody tone like this, with fluoro light pop like this one, and then a neutral in the middle, so that the pattern is almost like hard to see. I like that there's a bit of contrast, but it's not super contrasty, and like 2 colors actually kind of melt together and give it this weird mild effect. That's what I like the most about it. Those colors I absolutely love. I wear this quite a lot, and then I made a second one. I'll show you both how I look in there at the end. Here is the second one. So beautiful, isn't it? So this one is actually my favorite. Like, I wear it even more, just because I love these blue tones. But yeah, I actually, okay, so this one is knit with the main color is a single ply colorway by Olan. I absolutely love Olan. She's, I think, my favorite dyer. I think one of my favorite dyers. So that's an Olan colorway. I couldn't remember the name, couldn't tell you. This one is also an Olan colorway, and it's, so this one's like a deep blue with flecks of lighter blue, brown and teal in it. This one is a fluoro purple, and it's got pink pink flecks in it. And then the lighter color was a La Bien-Aimée colorway, which was like I can't remember the name, but it was a peachy color with flecks of light blue throughout. And so that's how it looks. Really love these two so much. Yeah, really recommend this pattern. Maybe not as a first color work pattern if you haven't done color work before, because it's a bit more intricate with 3 strands, but if you've done it before, or if you feel up to it, go for it. It might actually have been one of my first color work pattern to do, so I just went straight in. It just took me longer, but I loved it. And here's how they look on me. Okay, so number 6 is this Hakuji sweater. Very hard to see. There you go, you can see the cable pattern there. Hakuji sweater, I can't remember the name of the designer, sorry. I will put it down below. Here are the sleeves. So I'm actually gonna cast this off and frog it and just do different sleeves in the end. This is knit for my mom. And I started it actually last year, and then I went on holiday in Thailand last Christmas and New Year's period with my mom and my family, and to spend the New Year's in Thailand. And I was knitting it at that point, and I was gonna give it to her, and I didn't get to finish it on time, so I took it home and I still haven't sent it to her, and it's pretty much a year later, so you know, I need to really finish it. So she didn't want to have long sleeves because she likes to keep a like full arm kind of, you know, short, so this kind of 3/4 sleeves, and she wanted an I-cord finish because she didn't necessarily like the ribbing, but I kind of don't like the kind of bell pattern that it does when it just goes wider. So I will frog this, and I might end up, against her decision, do a little bit of ribbing just because I think it will sit better on her and she actually is gonna like it more. But in any case, it's pretty much finished. I just need to change the end of the sleeves and do that quite quick, and I'll show it to you wearing on me. So this is knit in a 3-ply, and it was the Ashford base that I had for quite a while, which was a non-superwash 3-ply. It was actually a 2-ply construction, but like a 3-ply gauge, soft 2-ply construction. I really liked it, a bit more rustic. I think it was 100% Corriedale. Yeah, 100% Corriedale, non-superwash. Bit more rustic, but I absolutely loved it. And this is my Navy Baby colorway. So knit in this color. If you go on the Navy Baby product page, you will actually see pictures of me wearing this top as like a demonstration. A very flattering color, especially if you've got blue eyes or this kind of skin tone. But yeah, really liked knitting this. It obviously took forever, as you can imagine, with all the cables, but it was pretty good once you get the hang of it. In terms of the repeat pattern, then you find at first there was a lot of frogging, a lot of trying to get my feet around it. Is that even an expression? I don't know. But you know, I got around it, and yeah, it's really good. So really liked it. Need to send that to my mum for this Christmas, I guess. So yeah, all right. Number 7. So this is, I think, called a Venice wrap, and I can't remember the name. I think it's by Sarah Nitsko, but I'll confirm that to you. Obviously really hard to show you without wearing it. It's a wrap that is, again, 4-ply fingering. This is my 4-ply base, again the same Ashford, the same as the Ranuncle sweater, and there's no it's just stockinette all throughout, and it's a wee summer wrap. So you just obviously put your arms in there, and then you've got this long, it's not I-cords, I guess they are kind of, I'm not even sure the term. I think they are no, they're not I-cords, I can't remember, maybe they are I-cords, but like flatter I-cords. There's like maybe 5 stitches so that it is flatter, and yeah, and you just wrap it around you. Yeah, you just wrap it around you and wear it that way. So I'll show you. I think it's hard to explain otherwise. This took me way longer to knit than I thought it would. I thought it'd be quite a quick knit, but because it's knit in the flat, pretty much, because it's a cardigan kind of shape, it's not in the round. Well, there was long purl rows, and those purl rows were doing my head in, to be quite honest. I wanted to do another one, and then I kind of just never did because it just took me so long. I just didn't feel like doing another one. I do like it. I don't wear it like that much, but I think it's just due to the fact that I kind of gained a little bit of weight, and so I've got my belly hanging out. But if I kind of get in shape a little bit more, I'll probably wear this more during summer. Otherwise, it is quite pleasant. I actually do like it. The colorway is my obsidian colorway, which is this dark kind of asphalt gray. And yeah, so here it is, and here it is looking on me. I don't even know which number we are at, but I'll keep showing it. Next, I've got this wee number, which is super eccentric. Look at that. Look at that thing. So cute. Okay, this is so cute. This is, actually just realized I didn't even weave all the ends, so clearly need to work on that. But I don't remember the name of that pattern, but it is another one by Knit Diaries. Here it is. This is knit in a chunky ply. That was a leftover wool that I had never dyed, which was, I'm pretty sure, 70% alpaca, maybe 30% merino or something, non-superwash, single ply. Yeah, so that is dyed in my colorway Bangkok. So that's a color that I created just before I went to Thailand when I was really excited about it, and that was the colorway, the color that I kind of had on my swimming suit at the time. And yeah, so that's really cute. That was a super quick knit, as you can imagine, and it's super cute. So yeah, not much to say about that. That was quick, that was pleasant to do. I haven't had that much wear about it because it's such a chunky, it's like this contradictory thing of it's summer and you wear pretty much like nude back and tiny little you know, string sleeves or whatever, super cropped top, but it's like the chunkiest alpaca, so obviously the only part of you that's covered is really sweaty and hot. So it's kind of like one of those spring top, I guess, like if you can pull it off. So I actually would love to wear this probably a bit more during spring, when it's just like kind of a weather like today, when you're in the like 18 degrees, and that would work a bit better there. So love this one. The color is not really catching. This is the classic problem that I've got with anytime I'm trying to film or take photos of either my coral colorways, like coral vibe, or anything that has bright coral pops in it, which I tend to do in a lot of my colors because I absolutely adore it. It never really catches the light properly, like it never really shows properly on camera unless I put everything dark around it, just because it's so vibrant. I actually don't even know if I can do that, but yeah, it is super vibrant. So here it is on me. I can't remember the name of that pattern. It was a super basic little tank top pattern. I absolutely adore this one. I wear it all the time. I just love how it's sitting. The cut is great. So this is in my coral vibe colorway, that the same as what I was mentioning before. As you can see, it's like so bright that you can see a lot of like highlight and white, but if you kind of just look up close without the light, it's like a super vibrant pink, corally pink, not too pink. And yeah, so this is constructed, I think it's pretty much 2 pieces in the flat, and then you join them, I can't remember the term of that knitting that you do, but you join them at the top here. And yeah, it's pretty much almost reversible. Yes, this is the other side, so I kind of just don't wear that side out just because of the seam there. But otherwise, yeah, I think there is, I'm not even sure if the back and the front are like different in terms of sizing, but you can pretty much just wear it whenever you want. Super really cute top. Because it's ribbing, it did take a little bit longer to make. It's 2x2 ribbing in 4-ply. But yeah, I don't know, I can't actually remember if I feel like I suffered when I knitted this. I think I was just so enamored with the color that I didn't mind, so it took me probably longer than what I meant to do, just because ribbing always takes forever. Like my Ripple crop top by Jessie Made, just I think because there was a fade and I was changing colors, that kind of kept me going. But ribbing just for an entire top, even though it's the best finish ever, you really gotta commit to it when you do it, that's for sure. But yeah, love that one, and here it is on me. Cool, okay. I got one more little top, And this one, I can't remember the name either. I can't remember. I think it's another top by maybe Sarah Nitsko. I really don't know. This is just a wee black top that I made in cotton, super quick, 4-ply. I think, no, actually, sorry, it's not 4-ply, it's like 10-ply, I think. And it's a black cotton wool. So what happened here is that that was another top for Rachel, my sister-in-law. She's vegan, so I try to prioritize cotton and things like that when knitting for her, although this was wool. She doesn't mind that much, but you know, I wanted to do something cotton-like, and also for summer that's a bit more breathable. So I did this wee cotton top, and that's a size M, and it's just a bit too big for her. I tried it on me and I realized it was going to be a bit too big for her, so I did another one in size S with the remnant of the wool, because it was really quick knit. That actually flew by, so totally recommend. I guess because obviously 10-ply, bigger needles, and it's a small top, and so I gave her the small and I kept the medium for myself. I need to change the size of the, how do you even call that? I don't even know, like, I guess the string thing. They're just a bit too long, so it kind of just gives me this cleavage a bit too whoopsie, you know. So I kind of need to shorten them a bit, which I still haven't done, but I still have enough wool to do that, so I'll just shorten it. And I think once it's shortened, I'll probably wear this all the time, because it's just black. I wear black all the time. It's a really cute top, and it's breathable, so it's not too hot. Yeah, I really like knitting with cotton. Actually, that's something I want to do more of. Yeah, so that's it. Just another wee top. I can't remember the name of it, sadly, but it'll be there. Okay, I will show you this giant shawl I made. Okay, so I don't remember if I've showed you this one before, but I might have, but I will still show you again just because it's too cool. I've got only 2 shawls, so you know. But this is Find Your Fade by Andrew Murray, and it's huge, so keep up with me. Oh my, look at that. So I obviously can't show you in one go. Look at the size of that thing. And there you go. Okay, super cool. So actually you start by this end. This is an Holland colorway. I'm pretty sure this was called Bullfrog. Then you go to a Grenouille Co colorway, which I bought 2 or 3 years ago. That was one of the first, I think the first group of yarn that I bought from her. Absolutely love this color. I can't remember the name of it, but I just really like it. The next one, I can't remember. I bought it in France, the next one, but I can't remember where from. It's a single ply. I don't know. And then the last one, oh sorry, not the last one, this one is the La Bien-Aimée one, which is the same that I had in my Xtina crop, I think. And then we have another Grenouille Co colorway, this one, which is this peachy with teal, green, blues going through. Then we have La Bien-Aimée in this very navy teal dark color, which is beautiful. And then this is my colorway Echoes on single ply in the end. This is mainly this, I think I was knitting this when I traveled to France in 2017, along with another colorway. Yeah, this is a huge beast. I'll put it on just to show you. Absolutely perfect with for winter. Like, obviously it took me months to finish, but this is, of the 2 shawls that I have, the one that I wear the most. The other one I've got is another Andrew Murray, and it's my What the Fade. But this one, I'm all my colors, and I just really like it. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, now before I go on to current project, there is another finished object that I was really hoping to introduce to you now in this podcast, but life got in the way. I actually thought I would have it finished way earlier than I thought, and No, I didn't. So it just took me forever to finish it, and that's what I did yesterday. So my goal was like, hey, I'll be done with this project by like 10 a.m. and then I can record my podcast, and then I can have it in there. And the reason I don't have it is because it was a present. That was a present for Sam's little nephew, so for the kid of his other sister Jess. And so what happened, he just turned 2 years old last year for his first birthday. She's vegan as well, animal activist, so it's all cotton, acrylic and this kind of thing. Last year I made him a bunny by Dot Pebbles Knit, Claire Garland, which is so talented, and she's making the most realistic animals. They're super fun to make. I've always been obsessed with stuffed toys since I was a little girl, so there was no way I was gonna do like baby knits in terms of like sweater and things like that. I just really wanted to do that, so last year I made him her wee bunny, and I think everyone loved it. So this year I thought I'll make him another animal from Claire Garland, and every year after that, so that way he'll just grow with a new animal each year. And so this time I made him a raccoon, and I started last week. She arrived last week because they travel from Christchurch. She arrived last week, and his birthday party was last Sunday, and I started on Wednesday thinking I'd have it done by then. No, so I was not even close to it. I think on the Saturday night I ended up staying up until 2 a.m. trying to finish it, and I got to the point when I had the top of the body finished and the tail. I think I finished the tail by like 2 a.m. but then there was still the whole like belly to knit, the legs of like all 4 legs, the nose, the ears. Like I was like, no, I won't have it finished. So I didn't have it finished on time, and I ended up wanting to finish it then yesterday to bring it to her because they're still here. And I was gonna, you know, show you in the podcast, but it actually still took me all day yesterday to finally get it finished. I think I finished half an hour before we were due to go there, so it was just like totally last minute. But I got it finished, and then there was this whole rush of trying to find animal eyes toys because I bought some thinking they were cool, but then actually they were just a weird nose and it looked, you know, pretty crap. And obviously you don't work this hard on a project to then ruin it with not having the right eyes. So then I sent Sam to go to like an op shop to find a teddy bear that I could cut the eyes off. Poor thing, look, it's right here. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So I kind of cut this poor teddy's eyes off trying to like put it on that raccoon, but then I realized that they were already sealed with like the thing to hold them back, and there was no way to pry them open, so I was not going to be able to put that. So then it was just try to get to Spotlight before it closes in the next half hour. What a rush. But anyways, so what I did is that I took a couple pictures, and I did film a tiny segment. I did film a tiny segment of me holding it and showing it to you real quick yesterday. So I'll introduce this here. I'll just like put this in here so you can have a look. I'll just talk a bit more about it first. So that only cost me $40 in terms of material to make. Everything was from Spotlight. I went to Spotlight, so if you've ever knitted any pattern, animal pattern from Dot Pebbles Knit or Claire Garland, you will probably know that she marls, she gets to like a DK10 ply to the, you know, the gauge that she works the animal through, and she achieves that by holding 2 to 3 strands of color at once so that she had that natural kind of pattern going through. So it's, for the raccoon it was like you had a white DK, a black DK, and then you had like a beige supposedly mohair, a brown mohair, an off-white mohair, this kind of thing. So obviously I didn't want to use animal products, so I thought, man, like what am I gonna find, you know? So I went to Spotlight and I ended up finding their faux mohair, which was great. I actually still have a bag, so I can show you actually. I've got some leftover of the wool. So yeah. Oh yeah, so this was the grey DK that I did the whole body with, and then I had just a regular black and a regular white for the other DK that you needed. And I held this with, I only have the tiny bit, like, so yarn chicken, only have the tiniest bit left, but this is called faux mohair, and got the labels so I can show you. Here I've got one on yellow because you were supposed to have like an ochre kind of color, but that wasn't very ochre. That was the closest I could find, and then once I wanted to knit I realized that it wasn't gonna look good with that, so I swapped it for the beige instead. That's 78% polyester and 22% acrylic, but so it's this faux mohair thing, so I thought perfect, I'll just get that. And then I got like there was a beige, supposedly you were supposed to have a beige color as well. Honestly, I don't have, there it is. yeah, it's not beige, but that's the closest I could find. And you know, I didn't really have much time. It was like a week beforehand, so I thought I'll deal with it. So it's kind of like, it's like a gray with green tones. It worked really well in the end, but it wasn't exactly the colors that are supernatural. It still worked fine. There was, if you were to knit it, there's a few mistake in the pattern, which I probably will email her about, that I've noticed, like off the top of my head, when knitting the legs, the paws and like the legs, she does say to hold a yarn that's actually not the color that she did hers in. It ends up giving you like gray paws instead of the brown that you're supposed to have, so I did swatch colors to do something else with that. Also, you're supposed normally to get like a video in which you help with the construction in the end, but the link was dead for me. It just said the video is not accessible or didn't work, so I don't know if it's because of a country restriction or something, but I will let her know. I managed to do it without it though. She has this amazing pattern in which she takes a lot of photos and do drawings, like because honestly I couldn't follow the explanation of just join this with this, whatever, but you put colored marker all throughout and then you match them together at the end and seam it. And yeah, following her photos were really explicit, so I could actually follow it that way. And because I had made the bunny before and I also made a wee squirrel for a friend one time, I was kind of used to how she does things, and so it was not that hard. But it was super fun to make, even though it was a lot of pressure because I had tried to finish it on time. But yeah, here's a wee video that I took of the raccoon itself to show you.
I'm in the mood for love, simply because you're near me, honey. But when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. I'm in the mood for love, simply because you're near me.
Okay, so that's it for finished objects. Quite the pile of knits. Ugh. And I don't even have everything here. I have like another top that I finished that my friend borrowed, so I can't even show it to you now. But that's mainly what I was thinking about, what I've made in the past 2 years, so I thought I'd take things back to here. But now on to what's the term? Current knitting project? Just non-finished working working project. Is it? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so quickly let's go through what I'm working on at the moment. So, excuse me. As I said, I was working on this raccoon exclusively in the last week, and that's mainly what I was doing. But before that, I was working on... Do I have it here? Yes. This is what I want to finish next. So this is what I'm gonna have finished next. This is my summer of 89 sweater. Is it 89, 83, 69 or 63? I'm pretty sure it's 89, but I'm not certain. This is really cool pattern. At the time when it came out, I was just obsessed with it, looking at it all the time, and I ended up doing kits on my website that you could purchase to you know, make it in the color of your choice. There was a few options, and I sold a few, but I've never actually seen anyone posted photos of their finish. I don't know if anyone's finished it yet or done it yet, but if you're watching this and you're one of those people, please show me a picture if you've done it, because I'd love to see it. But anyways, this is mine. So I haven't done the body yet. I've done that thing when I start with the sleeves so that I don't end up on sleeve island in the end. So I've done one sleeves fully, so that's a full sleeved finished, and I'm pretty close to finishing the last one, the other one, sorry, and then after that I'll do the body. So this is two strands of mohair held together, mohair lace, to achieve, like, I guess a full ply. So it takes quite a while to knit, but because it's color work, it's really fun and it goes by quite quickly. So this one was one of my kit option. The main color is this mint, which is my That's Mint colorway. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's mainly, let's try and see if I can find it here. It's mainly just a semi-solid mint, but there is flecks of colors throughout, as you can maybe see here. There's flecks of blue, green, sometimes a bit of brown throughout. Like you can maybe see the faintest yellowish spots here, which I absolutely adore. It's just enough to give this colorway a little bit of funny kind of, I don't know, I love it. And then we have Cherry, this red there. This is my Coral Vibe colorway that I have the tank top made in. This is this is Reeds, my my mustard colorway, and this is Apricot, another colorway I made, which is very close in the recipe to Coral Vibe, but just a little bit different. Very hard to reproduce the right batch for this, so thankfully you don't need much of it, and one bowl of that batch will suffice. I didn't end up dyeing enough when I first started it, so I had to re-dye some Jasmine to continue, and I came pretty close to the same mint that I'm currently using. I don't even know if you'll be able to see a difference, but yeah, it is slightly more yellow and less blue tone than the ones I'm using, but because it's not massively different, and I'll be able to have, for what I've got left of the Jasmine, I'll be able to finish the sleeve. So yeah, those are the two colors I've got. It's pretty much the same, but a little bit of difference. But yeah, the body will be done in this one. Yeah, so this is gonna still take me a while, but I absolutely want to have it done because those colors are fantastic. The mohair, I mean, you know, it's just super good. So that's what I'm gonna keep knitting on at the moment. Don't know if I've got too much more to say about that. I will say though that the people that have created this kit have their own kit they sell on their website, so I really encourage you, if you want to make your own, to just grab one of the kits that they have in their colors. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, so can't wait to finish that, and we'll show you progress. This is in my waxed Canva project bag, and I can't remember the name of who made it, but I absolutely adore this one. I think it's my favorite project bag of all. I've got this really cool Stay Sexy, Don't Get Murdered pin from My Favorite Murder. If you know, you know. And this was given to me by my friend Mel, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you again for that. Spool Stories, there you go, there's the wheat tag. So Spool Stories made those bags. This was pretty much a bargain, to be honest, and it's the finish are beautiful. You've got so many pockets on the inside. You've got like this to put your wee, you know, stitch marker and everything in. So yeah, great bag, love it, use it all the time. Okay, and then what else am I going to show you? I'm going to show you this one next. So this is another Akuji sweater. Oh sorry, not Akuji, another ranunculus. That's the one I was mentioning before, that I have on the single ply 80/20. Sorry, I'm receiving messages. So this is the one that the same as the yellow one, but this time I'm doing it with long sleeves. So I haven't done them yet. I started this one, as you can see, but this is just a white one, and it's super gonna be great for summer, and it's a single ply. It's a little bit more airy than the other one I made because that single ply is way lighter, and yeah, so not much to say about that. I need to take it up and finish it. You know, I've got many projects I just need to finish, but obviously you know the feeling. Put it aside and then cast on something else, but I forbid myself to cast on something new until I finish another project, so I have to. Then next, oh this project bag is awesome. I got it from I'm pretty sure I got it from Prosper and she does those amazing little wrist bag. I absolutely love them, and I gave one away, which was amazing. And so yeah, you just hold it like this and it's the bomb. So yeah, love it with the wee fantail on it. This next project is in my project bag from Rose Marlowe. Love that one, I've had it for a while. And the next project that I've got is a What the Fade that I started and haven't touched since I started it, because I never knit sure, and I don't know if it was the right project to choose. I did do it before, like I did one before, and so that's probably another reason why I'm bored with it, but I thought it'd be perfect to display my fade. This is my botanical fade, which I create. That's the last fade I created. It goes from this very dark green to pink with blues in the middle. But yeah, I started this What the Fade in this botanical fade, and I will keep going with it. I just need to find the motivation. Not super much to say about this. I think I'm integrating the color number 3 soon. I'm on, yeah, well, no, I'm on the first change of color, so from a couple of colors to the next couple of color. Yeah, that's it. I don't really want to talk too much about this, I don't know, because I need to do more progress about it. And last but not least is something I really want. Well, actually I have one more that I'll show you real quick, but this one I haven't done any progress on in ages, but I really want to. I love where it's going. It's just, I think it's just so much work though, because it is my aquamarine by, I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry, but I'll put it down there. Anyways, I started it ages ago and I haven't done progress on it just because I need to, I'll explain to you, but I'll show it to you first. Okay, so here it is. So the aquamarine, this is the first version because she now released the DK version, so you can hold strands together. It's a scrap sweater, so hold scrap yarn to do the smile effect, get rid of your scrap and achieve a 10 ply, you know, gauge. And because I've got lots of wool to get rid of, I thought it would be perfect, so I started it. But the problem is that I didn't take note of the change of colors that I was making, just like willy-nilly going for it. And then I realized that I have to get the sleeves matching it. So now I have to kind of sit down and take note of what I've got, how much I've used, and marl this, I don't know, try and figure out the sleeves as well. So, but I still absolutely love it. I think it's such a cool project. Once I'll take it back, I probably won't stop until I'm done. So I started here with all blues and greens. There's a few there. There's yeah, I don't even start naming things because there's some of mine and there's some of other dyers. And yeah, just using scrap yarn. So I really like it. It's like this peachy pink with teal blue things, and I started one of the sleeve hands to show you. Absolutely love the finished color. So I do really want to take it up and finish it, but it's just like, look at the bag. I mean, there's like so much yarn in there and it's all tangled and it seems like a nightmare. So I think I just have to sit down one day and really like write everything down and figure it out. And that's probably the reason I haven't done anything yet. But yeah, this project bag is from Woodsy and Wild. I think that's the first project bag I ever bought for myself. It's really cute. Yeah. That's it. And I've got one more project, but to be honest, I don't know if I'll show it to you, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish it. And well, there it is, because it is a sweater that I'm a cardigan that I'm actually trying to design with very little knowledge. So I'm just going for it and taking notes of what I'm doing as I'm going, which is how you're supposed to do it. But I kind of stopped, and I think it's also because I need to dye more yarn, and the yarn that I have dyed doesn't necessarily match in batches, so it looks a bit different, which doesn't bother me that much, but I'll show it to you anyways. And it's this blue cardigan. So it's this super chunky knit. I just wanted a very vibrant, super chunky cropped cardigan with balloon sleeves, and I have a specific idea of what I want to do with it. So I will probably finish it, but I need to take it back. And so I've got this basic color that I've done here, and I'm working through one of the sleeves. I will wear it to show you how it looks. As you can see, there's a few mistakes along the way. Like here, there's like a chain. I think it's because I picked up, I'm not even sure, but like there's this row that looks like it looks like I didn't do the garter properly, because yeah, it's all garter, like there's this crease here. Yeah, I have to learn. My idea with this, because it kind of looks similar to other pattern, but like what I really wanted to do as a finished thing, and I need to work on it, is that I want to do like an I-cord edge that will go along the whole like front, because I won't do buttons for it. I'm not a button cardigan type of person. I'll stay open, but I want to do an I-cord edge that goes all around the collar and around here, and the I-cord edge will be actually done with a very thinner weight. So this is like a 10 ply wool leftover from a project that I had initially started. I think it was the first ever project I started, which was a Ronan cardigan, but because I didn't know anything about knitting at the time, I picked up 10 ply yarn instead of DK, and it ended up being super massive, brioche too. So I kind of just cast it off, frogged the whole thing, and then dyed it in my navy baby colorway, and then decided I was going to try and create myself a cardigan. So I'm like holding this, and it's held with a 2 strands of mohair. I'm pretty sure it's 2 strands of mohair, so you achieve like almost 12 ply with it. And so I really like it, but I do need to dye more mohair for it and more of the main wool, so that's another reason that it's not finished. But yeah, so I want to, as I said, do this I-cord all around it, but I want to do the I-cord with the same wool that I've done this one with, as you can see, same color, which is the 3 ply fingering, like lighter than fingering weight. So I want to do a very thin but thick, like, so like enough stitches so that it's still chunky but very fine weight in the same color, different wool along the edges of this, just to have a nice neat finish. And I'm picturing it in my head, but I haven't tried doing it, so I'm gonna have to experiment and get there. I don't know, we'll catch up on it. If I do progress, I'll show you, but at the stage, not much. Yeah, I've tried to design things before, and I've always got discouraged along the way, for, I don't know, for whatever reason really. But yeah, that's it. And this is in my project bag. Do I have a name? Because I can't remember where I got this from. This is one of my favorite too. Absolutely, that's, if not my favorite. I can't remember where I got it from. There, it is another Rose Marlowe actually. She's so good. So that's another Rose Marlowe, and this one is like Japanese linen with those really cute little flowers in it. And that's it. That's it, guys. This actually will show you a quick video of how this looks on me so far. Guys, this was this is it for this episode. I will show you, oh actually no, I will show you real quick some stash acquisition that I've made, which is so rare. I almost never buy myself yarn, so hold on. Okay, so real quickly, as I said, I almost never buy myself yarn, and the reason for that is because, well, as an indie dyer, number one, I can kind of dye whatever I want for myself, and I tend to do that. But it's number two, I feel like I want to support my fellow indie dyer, but I kind of put every cent that I've got into my own shop, into buying more naked yarn that I can then dye. So I don't really buy yarn for myself ever, but I did buy a little bit every now and then, so I'll show you what I've got. And first of all, this is this gorgeous Union Fiber single ply superwash merino, and this kind of chocolate colorway, which is gorgeous. It's actually reminds me of my Mocha Loca colorway. It's quite similar. Love it though, it's beautiful. Bonnie is amazing. I never got to meet her in person yet, but I hope I will soon. She's taking, well, she had taken a little break from dyeing. Pretty sure she's coming back to the scene very soon, which is exciting. Totally recommend her yarn, it's amazing. So yeah, got one of them. And then I got a couple of yarn from Joe from Yarn Therapy, which is also amazing. And this is those two. So this is so gorgeous, and it is the colorway Underworld, and it's a 4-ply sock fingering, so it's a fingering weight. It's 100 gram, 90% superwash superfine merino and 10% linen. And how gorgeous is this, guys? It's like stunning. So that's the first one, and the second one is the same base, but it is the super special colorway. It's just so beautiful. I don't have a project ID for these yet, so they're just sitting in my stash shelf, which literally has like 6 bowls, like those 3 and maybe some of mine. I don't have much stash ever, but these 3 are part of it. And yeah, so that's it for stash acquisition, which I don't have a lot of. But yeah, we are done. Thank you so much if you have watched up to now, or if you even have joined me for a little bit. I'm super happy to get those podcasts rolling again. I feel a lot more comfortable doing them now than I did when I first started again. It just, you know, needed to get the ball rolling. which is happening now. So yeah, thank you so much. And you can find me on Instagram at yeahyeahyarn. This is where I'm the most active. I encourage you to follow me there, and reach out to me for anything as well. I'm very personable. I'd like to grow the YouTube community a bit more, so I'd love it if you subscribe, put a like, put a comment, whatever. Tell me what you like, tell me what you want to know, ask me questions, tell me what you're knitting. I really want to grow this community a bit more. I like this kind of interaction. It's a bit more personable. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, Instagram yeahyeahyarn. You can find me on Facebook at yeahyeahyarn as well. Yeah, you can find me on Ravelry, but as I said, I'm really not that active on here, so not necessarily super interesting. Otherwise, YouTube at gmail.com, yeahyeahyarn at gmail.com if you have any questions. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you soon. I'll put another episode of this once I have enough to show you again, and I will release another flash to yarn at the end of the month. This is the beginning of October now, just to show you what I have dyed in the month of October. So hope to see you soon. Thanks again, have a good day, see ya.
I'm in the mood for love, simply because you're near me.